Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read, and today I'm going to be doing my May TBR, aka my TBR for the May the Force Read With You Readathon. So I'm very excited to be kicking off May with another year of doing the May the Force Read With You Readathon. It has been a lot of fun preparing this whole readathon for you guys. Marcus and I had a lot of fun going over creating all these prompts and making it kind of like a very open readathon to take part in. And so we're really looking forward to jumping into it, and I'm excited to match some books to prompts. I'm actually using this readathon as an excuse to get ahead on my TBR jar. So like 3 of my book choices are going to be from here, and I'm going to try and match them to prompts in the list that we have. That way I can kind of like figure out the path I'm going to be doing as I go. Like, I don't even know. I said I wanted to do the like dark side, but depending on what I get from the TBR jar, I might have to do the light side. So I don't know yet. Before I get into the TBR, I just wanted to clarify, I have changed the PDF so that it now says different rankings on the dark side. We wanted to kind of get rid of like the rank 2s on either side. So now they're all like kind of flowing in a regular order, kind of like the other side. And then as well, the abilities are the prompts that count towards your rankings, but everything else is just additional and it's like for fun. So yeah, so like in order to get your rankings, you have to do them from the abilities section on the PDF, and then the weapons and like the partners, those are just extra things that are added on, but they don't count towards your rankings. Before we get started, I wanted to give a shout out to today's video sponsor, which is author Nicole Lyndhurst, and she has shown me her book, The Goodnight Fight, which is a fantastic children's book, in my opinion. So this book is all about parents trying to get their kids to go to sleep, because a lot of times it's a struggle to get the kids down to bed. So this one is just all about that, but like doing it in a fun way, kind of like with a little bit of poetry twist into it. So I'll read what it says here about it, but it sounds fantastic. So it says, as night falls while bedtime approaches, caregivers everywhere have dealt with the goodnight fight. From pleas to more gaming time to the sudden need for more snacks, kids everywhere find clever ways to try and get more time to stay up. The Goodnight Fight is a poem about the crafty ways kids try to avoid bedtime until they finally surrender in defeat to sleep. So I don't know about you guys, but I remember being a child and I remember wanting to stay up as long as I could, and I would do anything to stay up. I would make up any excuse just so I didn't have to go to bed. And so I think this is like a very clever way to like create a story to give to the children. So like you're kind of like teaching the kids that yes, you need to go to sleep by reading them like a bedtime story. I think it's fantastic. So this book is a poem that tells a story about universal bedtime challenges. It's vibrant illustrations featuring a multiracial cast of crafty kids and the parents who love them, and it's words to stretch a child's vocabulary and rhyme scheme recognition. So that's really cool. The author also provided me with this little clip to show you guys. So this is their promo clip that they've created with somebody that made original music for it. So we'll highlight that here, and yeah, check it out.
You're my little sun in the daytime, with your smile shining and so bright. Mommy loves you, you know daddy loves you. So for tonight, let's not have a good night fight tonight. No more 1 minute, you can't finish TV. You don't need a snack, get in bed, baby. No more 1 minute, you can't finish TV. You don't need a snack, get in bed, baby.
And that's all about the Goodnight Fight. So I will put the links to purchase this book in the description down below, as well as the author's website, so you can go check out their stuff. Anyways, let's jump into the TBR that I'm going to be doing. So I'll start off by picking my TBR jar picks, because that way I can kind of figure out which ability prompts they're going to be going for, and then I can kind of like mold my TBR as this video goes. I don't even know what I'm going to be reading. I have a couple selections that I would like to read, but we're going to see what this gives me and go from there. Pick number 1. I'm just hoping that I get all like small books from the blog shelf. You can actually see the blog shelf now. It's right there. So I don't have to like run to another room to get the books. So the first one is... I should probably not rip it first before I open it. Okay, I'm gonna have to open it from the other side now because, yeah, I'm gonna rip off the whole name if I don't. So the first one is a poll / vote. So it's not even a choice from there. This is something where I will have to put a like poll on social media and have everybody kind of choose which of the options they want me to read. So I guess for this one, I get to choose some books on my own and then make a poll for it, and social media will choose for me. So that's exciting, although I'm gonna have to choose probably books from like the same genre if I'm gonna go for a specific prompt. So gotta keep that in mind. Pick number 2. Okay, let's see. I always get so nervous when I open these. So it says Gill's World. So I will find it and be right back. Okay, so I found Gill's World. This is what it looks like. To me, it looks like a sci-fi book, which is exciting, and it's a part of a series. It's the Wanderer's Book 1. Let's read the back and find out what this is all about. I'm excited to figure it out because it looks cool. It looks like an interesting sci-fi. So let's see. 300 million years ago, the galactic community was taken by surprise. A catastrophic war with a hostile entity threatened to destroy all life, until the fight was postponed by a calamitous event known as the Great Conflation. With the majority of pre-conflation empires in ruins and the ascended biologicals wiped out, the hastily informed Wanderer Enclave tasked its fleet with unearthing answers and continuing the fight. One lone ship has found something, an innocuous world that it had marked for routine decontamination that may hold vital answers. Gill, a young woman with special abilities, battles to save the future of her commune, and possibly much more. Ooh, this sounds exciting. I'm actually really pumped to read this one. So yeah, now I have to look at the list and see what prompt I could use this for. So let's check that. So looking at the prompts, there's the dark side prompt of corruption, which is to start a new series. And as we can see, this is the first book in a series. So I could use this one for that prompt. So maybe I will get to do the dark side after all. All right, so that's probably what I'm going to use for that one. Okay, last pick from the TBR jar, and then I can start doing my own picks. Leaving it all up to fate. Ugh. Okay, here we go. This one's all crumpled. Please be a short one. Please be a short one. Ah. Oh my god, they're all ripping. Ooh. Okay. So I ripped it. So it says thriller. I only got one book that was like an actual title written down. The other two. So I got a poll and a vote and a thriller. And guys, the Force Fear is a book that's a thriller or a horror. So this is perfect. All right, I have the perfect one. Okay, so I decided to go with The Haunting of Leigh Harker. You guys have already seen me talk about this book before because I had planned to read this for another TBR, but never got to it. So this time I'm definitely going to get to it since it's one of my ability prompts. And this is following the story of a woman who she's kind of like a recluse. She stays in her own home, but then her home suddenly starts becoming like haunted in a sense where things start happening that she like can't control. She doesn't know why her house is making like these creepy sounds. Doors are slamming, like windows are shutting on her. Things are just happening. And so it's kind of like her investigating what's going on with her house and potentially like figuring out if there's like spirits involved or anything like that. So I'm definitely interested to read this one. It is also one of the books that I got through Once Upon a Book Club. So that means that I can provide another reading vlog for you guys when I go through the box and open each gift that's correlated with the page numbers in here. So it's also kind of fun because like I get to open presents at the same time. So I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll read that one. But I also am really looking forward to like the spooky story because I really like books with like creepy houses. I just find it so fun to read about those ones and like get all spooked out. So I think this one will be very enjoyable. So this is what I will read for my force fear prompt. So I already have 2 prompts on the dark side. So that's exciting. And I just realized that having the poll vote is actually mind control, which is have people or pets choose for you. So I have 3 prompts already built on the Sith side. This is perfect. All right, so yeah, now I get to choose some other ones to do. I'm going to use Homeworld for the prompt for lightning because this is a book that was sent to me by the author, and for the prompt it's a book that you think will shock you, and I don't really know like what to expect going into this book. I'm in the middle on how I feel about what I think, but I feel like this book could very well surprise me and be like a really, really good book. And so like that's kind of what I'm hoping for. And yeah, so I'm going to choose Homeworld for that one. And so this one is about a girl named Abigail who has this illness. And so she goes to get a treatment for this illness. But when she gets this treatment, it ends up giving her super like abilities. And then she possibly might be the only one to like save the universe or something along those lines. I don't want to know too much more, but like that's like a very brief synopsis of what it is. And so I'm definitely looking forward to finding out what this book is all about. I know that a fellow booktuber, T.S. Bear, actually just read this one and they really enjoyed the book. So that gets me like a little more hyped for it. And I'm looking forward to seeing like what it's all about. So yeah. So I've decided to complete my ranking for the dark side. I'm going to substitute one of the dark side prompts for a neutral prompt to get my 5th prompt, and that's going to be Battle Meditation, which is to read a book under 250 pages. And I'm going to read We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. I have read another one by her. I'm blanking on what it's called right now, but it was, I think, about ghosts, and I gave that one a 3.5. Like I thought her writing was very like poetic and beautiful, and this has been on my shelf for a very long time, so I figured why not. And it's also a short book, which helps me get through books in a readathon, which is good because then I'll feel more productive. So I'm gonna go with this one. I believe this one is following a main character who escapes her hometown to go to another place and kind of like start all over, and then somebody comes back into their life from their original like hometown. And so it's them kind of like facing those things that they left to escape from by conversing with this person. That's what I think it's about. I don't know too much more, but I'm looking forward to reading it, especially just because it's been on my shelf forever. And yeah, I've heard other people say that they enjoyed this book, so I hope I like it. It's a quick read regardless, so I'm sure it'll fly by. And then the next thing I'm going to do is probably Rebel Alliance for the partners. And so this is to choose a book with LGBTQ plus rep in it. So for this one, I'm going to choose A Master of Jinn. And I know that it has this rep in it because we chose this book for the Phase and Gaze book club. So yeah, I'm going to tell you guys all about it here. So the synopsis says, and I'm only reading the synopsis because it's like a fantasy and we know how great I am at summarizing those. So it says, Cairo, 1912. Though Fatma al-Sharawi, oh God, I'm going to be so bad at these names, is the youngest woman working for the Ministry of Alchemy, Enchantments, and Supernatural Entities, she's certainly not a rookie, especially after preventing the destruction of the universe last summer. So when someone murders a secret brotherhood dedicated to one of the most famous men in history, Al-Jahiz, Agent Fatma, is called onto the case. Al-Jahiz transformed the world 50 years ago when he opened up the veil between the magical and mundane realms, before vanishing into the unknown. This murderer claims to be Al-Jahiz, returned to condemn the modern age for its social oppressions. His dangerous magical abilities instigate unrest in the streets of Cairo that threaten to spill over the global stage. Alongside her ministry colleagues and her clever girlfriend Siti, Agent Fatma must unravel the mystery behind this imposter to restore peace to the city or face the possibility he could be exactly who he seems. Ooh, this sounds so good. I'm very excited about this one, and I'm looking forward to having like a full discussion about it because this one sounds like it's going to be a roller coaster of different events happening and very exciting. So that's all I have for my TBR right now. That's 6 books on it right now, which is ambitious for me because I've only been really even hitting 5 books lately. So we'll see how it goes. I did want to add the lightsaber prompt in there, which is to do a book where the main color on the cover is your favorite color. And so my favorite color is green. And I looked at my shelves and like I've read books already that have green on the cover, but not many of the other ones do have green. So if I finish all of these prompts, then I'll go do the lightsaber prompt once I've completed everything else. And that means that I'll look for a book for that prompt, provided I actually get to it, which I don't know. Knowing me, I probably won't even get to it. But I'm very excited with the stack that I have. So this is what you can see here. This is the stack I have. Master of Jin, I don't have it yet, but I will have it soon. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this stack. It looks really good. I think the TBR jar was really good to me this time. Like it definitely could have given me a lot bigger of books off of that shelf. So I'm glad that like I actually got to choose for some of them, which is awesome. So yeah, I'm slowly whittling this thing down. Slowly being the key word. And that's it for my video, guys. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys are going to be participating in the readathon, and let me know like what path you're going, if you're going light side, dark side, or a little bit of both. That's exciting to me, and I'm excited to see who's on what teams. Also, the information for the readathon will be in the description, so I'll have the link to the Discord, and I'll put the link to the PDF as well. It's in the announcement video, but I'll put it here as well just so you guys can have it in multiple places. Anyways, if you guys want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Coffee page, which I'll put in the description down below, as well as linked by my bookmarks. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. I post my videos on Mondays and Fridays. And until next time, keep on reading.